I'm a language major. I think one of the best ways to learn a new language is to get as much involved as possible to that environment where I can imitate how people speak, how they think, and to know how they behave.
For me, the most important point was to get this experience to meet foreign students and of course to get to know about a totally different culture comparing to my home country. Secondly, to improve my language skills.
I've been asked why I want to study abroad, and I'm originally come from China, and the reason why I choose to study abroad is that I think I want to get higher level of education, and the other reason is that I think studying abroad can broaden my experience, and thus I can see the world.
I was always wondering like what's going on in the world, even if like now I'm thinking about it. So I feel I'm that kind of person, really wants to meet new people, to know new stuff. So studying abroad sounds, just amazing to me. So that's the simple reason why I go study abroad. And besides, the education here is pretty awesome, like it's pretty high standard, I should say. And you kind of, yeah, for sure you learn a lot of stuff.
Why I decided to study abroad? Because I think it will be interesting experience to see in other countries, another university, another students. Because how I see here, it's very different from universities what I was in Russia, and it's very, how to say, it will be very useful to know how people work and study and how they do some jobs abroad, and
Well, before I came here, I thought it would be a one-year journey for me, I will have lots of spare time to go traveling around the country, to go to other cities, other states. And my friend said, hey, you will do lots of shopping there. You may go to lots of parties, beaches, bars. But actually, when I started my life here, I thought, I feel it's kind of totally different from what I've expected before. I spend most of my time on studying instead of hanging out with my friends. I have 8 o'clock classes in the morning every day, so I kind of have only one day off during the whole week to have a rest and hang out with my friends. Sometimes I feel kind of exhausted after a whole day learning, after a whole day study. So even I have time to go to parties, to hang out with my friends, I hardly have the mood to do it.
Well, before I got here, I thought it could be a very relaxing one-year journey. We may spend lots of time hanging out with friends and seeing different parts of the country. But the reality is that we have much more schoolwork to do. We stay up late and getting up early to have lots of classes every day. So it's not that relaxing. I find it's kind of hard to adapt to the new learning methods here. I'm more used to the lectures and the tests, but what people practice here is that students and professors, they have more interactions. Like, for instance, we do more oral presentations, group projects, and research. So at first when I got here, I found it's kind of challenging to speak in front of the native speakers and having good communications with professors and classmates. But later I'm glad I've made lots of friends and getting closer to the real life here.
I think normally to kids going to study abroad, I think the first barrier should come as the language issue. But to me, I feel like the most challenging stuff is the way they give in classes, because the schedule is really, really different from what we get used to be. Like we don't really have that much time for classes. I mean, I only have like 6 hours a week and the rest of it, but I have a huge workloads. I have a paper, quizzes, assignments, and all the stuff like doing every day. So I feel like it's really, I can't say it's annoying, but but you have to push yourself really to the limit, because you don't want to really be left behind by your classmates, or you might get in trouble with it.
And obviously there are challenges of my studying abroad. I think the biggest challenge for me is that I have to try to be independent in every aspect of my life. Unlike living in China, I can be taken care of my parents, but living in the United States, I have to handle everything by myself. And I think the other one is that I have to try to get myself involved in the new culture. And it's not easy for us to get involved in a new culture by just in a short time. So we have to make a lot of friends with American students, and thus we can just get ourselves involved in the new culture. And I think these are the biggest two challenges for me living here.
One of the biggest challenges for me was to overcome the language barrier, and to be able to communicate and participate in the different classes, and of course to deal with the different environment and the different, for example, climate comparing to my home country. But all in all, it was a great time to study in America.